Yo, what's going on? They was trying to get me for a second. They wasn't even letting me they wasn't even registering my video. I'm like, damn, what the hell going on, man? But I was finna say they done started. They done started. They done got me, y'all. They done got me. What's going on with y'all peoples though, man? MacWorld. Let me see. Let me post this. Let them know I'm live. Alright. And I'm gonna make sure I keep on refreshing this live chat because they be on the boat. Let me see. Okay, live chat. Yeah, man. So what's good with y'all peoples? Let me know. I don't know if anybody watching this, but if anybody watching this, comment. Let me know if you can see this, cause they acting like okay. There we go. There we go. Now my stream wanna come up. There we go. Yeah, yeah.
Come on, man. Knock that shit off, man.
Come on, man. Knock that shit off, man. Hold on, I got something new I want to try out today. Let me see something. Oh man, we was a minute in. Y'all hear my synthesizer? I'm gonna start taking y'all to church. Fuck you, man. Alright, yeah, we 2 minutes in. What's going on, man? How y'all feeling on this thing? We got some crazy stuff today. I wanted to talk about some tripped out stuff, man. It's a few different things going on in the world today. Y'all wondering why I'm looking like Ike Turner? It's cause I had to wash my hair, right? So I had to tie my shit up. So you know what it is. Anybody that got dreads, long ass dreads, you know what the hell going on. Your shit be like wet all day. You be trying to get it, dry, and you don't want it to dry out with that damp smell to it. You know that shit ain't where it's at. You don't want to be all soggy and shit, having no soggy ass dreads and nothing like that. What up, everybody? Everybody, come on in, come on in. Yeah, I got some crazy shit today for y'all though. Well, I guess you could say it's crazy, but not too crazy though. Cause it's all to be expected. It's all to be expected. But I want to talk about a couple of these things going on uh that I've been seeing in the news lately. And something that's interesting is to really take a look at what they show and what they emphasize and what they don't emphasize. For example, if you look at the thumbnail, if you look at the picture all the way to the far left, I put the girl up there. And if you look behind her, you see his bottled water behind her. She in Mississippi. And they still got that water crisis going on down there. Them folks ain't even got no water, no clean water. And they talking about the water so messed up, they can't even boil that shit. Now that's some fucked up water. You know what I'm saying? Fire, old school fire from God don't even work on it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I do not know. But I want to really get into the fact that somebody made that shit like that. It ain't just jump up and end up like that, right? So the people behind it, you would think like, damn, somebody doing something on that scale, it would be a big deal, right? Or some of the people linked to it. But shit, look what we got going on right in Mississippi where they having a water crisis at. That's where Brett Favre stole the money at, right?
Come on, man. Knock that shit off, man.
So, you know, it's all about what they choose to show. You will look at one thing like it's a big deal. Look at another thing like it's not. And it all depends on it all depends on what they emphasize. You feel me? Don't fall for it, plow. Don't do it, don't do it. But yeah, so we gonna get into it though. You know what we gotta do? We gotta start it out with a little bit of music. And just get everything in order real fast. Got a couple little technical things that always gotta be sorted out when you start these streams. So yeah, we gonna get into this show. Let's get it, y'all. MacWorld, let's go. Hold on, y'all. We had a little technical mishap. Shit, some bullshit.
No, no. Come on, man. Knock that shit out, man.
All right, let's go. MacWorld, hey, what's going on with y'all peoples, man? Good to see y'all. What is it today? Is it Tuesday? Is it Wednesday? I think it's Tuesday. Unfortunately, my daughter got COVID, man, so I wanna, send a get well to my baby. She over there, off her feet. We got them African genes though, so she got COVID, and the test say that she got COVID, but I don't think she doing too bad. So, but get well though, and I gotta get tested. Hopefully, I don't got that shit, but if I do, I will. Shit, don't tell Dr. Fauci. Don't tell Dr. Fauci on me. You feel me? But nah. So we gonna get into these topics though. And the first one I want to talk about, Made Fresh checking in, Space Age, and yeah, Hey, that's what's up, G. Yeah, you already know what it is. Hey, I love it, man. You already know, man. I did it. That's who I do it for, man. Who could appreciate it. So, yeah, shout out to EB, man. That's my co-producer. Shout out to Bravo, shout out to EB, and what up, Fresh, checking in. I gotta make you a moderator, bro. I gotta get you a blue wrench and shit. Um, since you always checking in, I appreciate it too, brother. Um, but yeah, nah, we get to these topics though. I wanted to talk about the news cycle and how it pertained to you know, I guess, man, how could I put this shit? Whether we try it or not, um, whether we want to draw emphasis to something or not, depending on how important something is, whether it gets recognized really and gets like addressed only depends on the news cycle. And that's why I see the point in like stepping up and kind of choosing to get a platform to say talk about shit that's really going on, because if you don't say nothing about it, then nothing get done. I'll give you a perfect example, man. Like with this, I was looking at Mississippi. Hold on, I'm gonna show y'all what I was looking at. Matter of fact, I like y'all to see exactly what I've seen. So I put this in. I put in like Mississippi water crisis or whatnot, and you know, they was talking about like you see a couple things. First of all, the first thing you notice predominantly is things that are talking about like you seeing people of color, and you seeing how it's saying it's affecting people of color. You seeing like the top is saying it's affecting these kids' futures. And I could click on any number of these. I probably will click on one to give you an example, but it's a bigger point that I want to make though. You see, this is from 3 weeks ago. This one right here, where it says the resident says the city's water is so dirty, boiling it won't help, right? And this the one I actually got the thumbnail from right here. If you look at this, where it say Mississippi water crisis hits fourth day, and that's from 3 weeks ago, right? Now you look up here, and they still talking about the water crisis. This is 4 days ago. Mayor gets update on the water crisis. This one is from 11 days ago. So let's just say 3 weeks will be 21 days. So you got shit ranging from 21 days to the last 4 days. So let's just say about a 3 week news cycle where you really don't hear shit about that shit, right? These folks ain't got no clean drinking water. This America we live in. America 2022. We walking around on iPhones and shit like that. And they talk about Africa. See, when I was coming up, a little African kid, I used to always get red. I used to get called an African booty scratcher. They used to ask, they used to ask, did I live in a hut? The funniest one, this was a funny one I liked in particular. They asked when I was over there, did you know how you had pork chops over here? They asked, did I eat zebra chops? You know, it was all funny and shit. Flash forward to 2022. Who's drinking the dirty water now, America? That's fucked up. I'm just talking shit, man. Y'all know. I'm taking a couple shots at. I'm not taking a shot at the people. I'm taking a shot at the infrastructure, though. But like for real, though, this is a first world country, man, without no drinking water. Water that's like the shit them cows was bathing in that you see in third world countries, coming out of faucets, coming out of showers, coming out of sinks. So we need to really examine why they ain't talking about that. And what really brought it to my attention was it's two things going on. Like somebody will get we talk about the news cycle. See, the news gotta in order to generate enough interest, they gotta have something. News to a certain extent is entertainment too. It gotta be entertaining, right? It gotta pull people in. So you're gonna get news about celebrities getting a lot more traction than news about just a regular person, right? So with that being said, think about, hey, hold on one second. Get some of that glare up out of there. But no, so like I said, as it pertains to the news cycle and celebrities and things that celebrities doing, picking up more traction. What I wanted to say, Fresh said we ain't a first world no more. Man, look, it's slipping. The quality of life is slipping, bro. I'm telling you, I'm watching this shit happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, for those of y'all that ain't never been to a third world country or been in a third world country, don't so much look at the country, but look at the factors that got it to that point, man. The leaders we got now, and I'm gonna get to that in my next two topics. Dude, the people we got running the country now are worse than purse snatchers. They're worse than drug dealers. They doing a little bit of all that. They doing more than snatching purses. They snatching lives. You know what I'm saying? Financial livelihoods. Fuck a purse. You know what I'm saying? They're more than selling drugs. They're funding the drug companies and giving them passes to put prescription drugs out on the streets that's hooking everybody. If you notice, it ain't really no money. I did a live stream about that a little while back. I'm like, man, it ain't no money in the streets no more because everybody hooked on prescription drugs now. You know what I'm saying? When it got easier for these kids to get their money without going out here risking their lives, and they rather get rich doing the TikTok or using their creativity, man. The government, you know, the powers that be, I ain't gonna say the government like that. That's kind of vague, but you know, you got to look at how the influx of legal drugs and stuff come into this country and get on the streets and who's behind it. But so as it pertains to people with corporate interests, they was like, shit, who the hell gonna sell these drugs? And yeah, you know, they start doing the prescription drugs because, man, they gonna make their money, man. They gonna get that money and shit. They're gonna have a federal quote unquote informant on the payroll that's able to do it because he an asset, or they just gonna FDA approve some drugs and let them motherfuckers just run rampant. They gonna get their money though. Know that, you know what I'm saying? And so yeah, that's what's going on. But on that same note, like I was saying, you know, the news cycle could really control what you see as really being important or not. And they haven't even been talking about this shit with the water crisis, and they got a celebrity involved kind of related to it, Brett fucking Favre. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of what's going on with the crisis is they talking about they don't got the money for the shit, right? But in actuality, shit, the money that they would be using, like those funds, those city funds and stuff like that, look at what fucking Brett Favre did. He stole $5 million to get his sister a gym, and the city official was in on it with him. You know what I'm saying? So you would think that that would be dominating all type of news cycles. It's only dominating memes. It's only dominating late night talk shows, which they talk about news, but they joke about it. But they actually be having better news coverage than some of the actual news stations. You know what I'm saying? So you see it discussed here and there, but what you really see being discussed is the shit with the black dude, the head coach, with the cheating or whatever. Like, we more worried about some salacious motherfucking scandals and shit like that than somebody really getting out here and stealing millions of dollars and ruining lives. Like, I'm talking about, man, folks ain't got no clean drinking water, man. They might get skin cancer, they might get lead poisoning, all type of shit. For what? For Brett Favre's daughter could have a gym, but you know why people not really tripping about it right now? Because they're not emphasizing that. They're emphasizing this dude was cheating on Nia Long and shit. Man, look, I don't give a fuck about Nia Long. Hey, I'm finna show y'all something y'all probably didn't even know, because I didn't even know this shit, right? Dude was making some good points. Well, no, you know what? Matter of fact, I say that for another day. Because dude was making some good points about some stuff about Nia Long that I ain't know. And I was joking on the meme, and I was like, oh, don't nobody know what Nia Long did to get cheated on, right? But actually, dude, his name is Mr. Let Go. That's I know that's a dumbass name, Mr. Let Go. But he did a little video about the dude she was with. And man, he was raising some good ass points. So I'm gonna say, matter of fact, I say that for tomorrow for hump day, since them niggas was humping around and shit. But no, the Mississippi water crisis is crazy, man. And it's just like criminals. It's not possible to do something like that. That's criminal. If y'all don't know, the state of Mississippi, or the whole state is getting sued and shit. Yeah, the state is getting sued. And let me see, maybe I could find that for y'all too. But no, they suing the state because basically, man, they like this shit is illegal. It's neglect. It's criminal neglect. And that kind of bring me to my next topic. Whoever was behind that shit, you right, is a criminal. But it's not nothing new though, because we got a lot of questionable people just operating in the government like that, and it's known. We don't know about them because you might hear the names of them sometimes, but you know you got bills to pay. You don't got no time to be worried about these motherfuckers that's up here rich and shit, doing a bunch of shit that they ain't gonna go to jail for, right? So we don't really think about it like that, but we need to really kind of be aware of some of this shit, because when something come out of left field, it might not really be coming out of left field. It might be something that was right in your face and you was just ignoring it. But on that note, corrupt government officials, it's this dude named Roger Stone. Have y'all ever heard the name Roger Stone before? I don't know if y'all ever heard this dude name before, right? But yeah, Roger Stone, man, they say he like a professional political hitman. That's what they call him. He like a subversionary. If you don't know what subverting something is, that's like knocking something off track. You know what I'm saying? It's like making something go wrong. And that's what he does. He's like a subversionary. It's well known. He used dirty tactics. He used a lot of different type of shit, you know what I'm saying? I give y'all a little background in the dude, and as far as this January 6th thing go, right? He was knee deep in it. He was running with the neo-Nazis, the Proud Boys and shit. He was like right up under Donald Trump, like he was right close to him, like his advisor. Man, this shit was getting deep. I don't know if y'all remember one of my things that I put where I was like, we was real close to slavery coming back, and I know that shit sound like a game, but man, had these folks would have pulled the trigger, it would have been too late for y'all to start caring about it then. You know what I'm saying? Luckily, it was some folks that actually recognized how serious the shit was, and regardless of people getting sick of hearing about it, no, they stayed diligent until they start to see some results on holding some of these people accountable, right? But man, we was close. We was getting real close. And I'm gonna show y'all a little bit about Roger Stone. You know, I like to show y'all the shit I see. This is a little video that I was looking at where these folks, okay, and this is another thing I kind of wanted to emphasize too.
So Christopher, I want to play another clip you gave the committee. This is
Don Lemon. I know some of y'all probably know who Don Lemon is, right? And he talking to these people. He talking to these people that they shot a documentary with Donald Trump, right? Or not with Donald Trump, my bad, with Roger Stone. And they was following him and the Proud Boys. And all the stuff leading up to what we know as the January 6th insurrection, J6, you know, whatever you want to call it. Leading up to the January 6th insurrection, they shot video footage and stuff like that following this idiot that I'm talking about right now, Roger Stone. And one thing that I was explaining to somebody is earlier is about the concept of brazen criminality. A lot of people, they don't just want to commit crimes, and it's not just the purpose of like, I'm committing this crime. Like, a lot of people do this type of stuff because they want to prove something to themselves. So, and the reason I say all that because I was thinking about like the Kia Boys documentary, right? If y'all ain't seen the Kia Boys documentary, I'm thinking like, why would these dumbass little niggas get up here and this dude, clearly not from around there, come point a camera in their face? He asking them questions, serious questions, questions that could have legal implications, not just because of the question, but he asking about their awareness of the illegality and the scope of the crimes they committing. And because he a little white dude or whatever, And otherwise, the people around them is sick of their ass stealing their cars and and ain't glorifying none of that shit. They feel like they accomplishing something. So they spilling their heart out about the cars they stealing. They talking about, yeah, we do this way, and yeah, we'll go to jail, and yeah, it's only a misdemeanor, and yeah, you could get right out. Like they was basically laying it all out. Now, I tell you this. Now, I'm gonna say this kind of on the side note. Let my black ass get up there or try to come around here. And they was down on the east side too, which is what's funny. They was at the gas station right by my house. Let me go out here with a camera. I went out here one time looking for my daughter lost Chihuahua when she used to have peso. And the niggas was acting like, some little niggas was acting like they ain't know me and shit, or like I was suspicious. Like, nigga, I know y'all done seen me all up around here. I've been over here since y'all little niggas was in diapers. But I'm like, hey, y'all seen a dog over here, whatever. And these little niggas acting like, man, I don't know, dude, man. Who is this? Who is like, y'all niggas on high alert for a motherfucker looking for a dog, right? Let me have been a white boy that could be anybody from anywhere working for anybody. My dad could be the chief of police. I come stick a camera in their face. But this the psychology behind it. Like I said, plantation nation. Like, they thinking when a white dude come stick that camera in their face, they thinking like, wow, I got noticed. Like people notice me. Like they feel seen. They feel heard. You know what I'm saying? So on that same note, I just want to point that shit out, but it still fall in the lines of like the concept of like this brazen criminality and shit, right? And kind of on that same note, let me refresh my chat in case I got anything. Kind of on that same note, right? You had these people right here like Roger Stone, brazen criminals. Not just regular doing crimes just because you do a crime and you do it to get away with it. You know what I'm saying? But when you see people kind of do crimes and they kind of put it out there, it's because they got something to prove. They want to be seen a certain way. You know what I'm saying? They want to prove something by what they doing or whatever. Either they are trying to prove something to somebody about what they are willing to do, or they are trying to prove what they can get away with. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say that again. When people do crimes out in the open and not try to get that shit, keep it under wraps, like Kia boys, you know what I'm saying? They was showing people what they was willing to do. You know what I'm saying? And in this case, Roger Stone, he's trying to show people what he could get away with. So on that same note, he had a camera stuck in his face. And what made me think about all this was I was thinking, why is dude admitting these crimes and shit? But it's because, man, it wasn't nobody on his ass about it. You know what I'm saying? He don't see himself as nobody that could be held accountable. And that was the flex. So it got to a point where he was just, because he ain't the first person I seen around Donald Trump do this shit, but all of them feel like they above the law and shit. So like, watch how dude was just talking about what they was gonna do. And this should be shocking to y'all right here, because we seen it happen, but listen to how he was just talking about how they was gonna do this shit. What they did to the whole country. He was just talking about it like openly before they even did it. Listen.
Not been seen before, and it shows Roger Stone. This is on July 9th, 2020. This was recorded by Stone's assistant during COVID and provided to you. Here it is.
What they're assuming is that the election will be normal. The election will not be normal. Oh, these are the California results? Sorry, we're not accepting them. We're challenging them in court. If the electors show up at the Electoral College, armed guards will throw them out. I'm the president. You. You're not stealing Florida. You're not stealing Ohio. I'm challenging all of it, and the judges we're going to are judges I appointed. You. You're not stealing the election. That's basically what Bush did to Gore. So, if they want to run a bunch of fake ballots, we'll have an investigation. We'll say, these ballots are fake. Yep. Your results are invalidated. Goodbye. That's the way it's going to have to work. Wow. It's going to be really nasty. Wow. But you cannot count on, we're not going to get an honest election. Right. So let's say that Trump is a little behind right now, which he probably is. That doesn't bother me. But even if he wins an honest election, we're not going to have an honest election. Got it. They're going to steal it. They're stealing this blind in Florida right now. So, wow. It's not the first time it's happened in this country, and it happens around the world. Yeah. So he's going to have to fight for the presidency in the courts. Our next election will be decided in the courts. Wow. Because they cheat, and we don't cheat. Yeah. We've never cheated.
So this was July 9th, 2020. This was 4 months before.
So if y'all hear that, in case y'all can't keep up with that, I ain't keeping up with that. He basically was just saying everything that they said they was gonna do, like just claim, like we just, no matter what, we gonna say shit is rigged. We gonna say that everything is all fucked up. Like we just gonna try and create chaos and delegitimize the election process as a whole, just to create a cover under which we can just take power. He just said that shit. You know what I'm saying? Did y'all see the creepy ass look on this nigga face as he was saying that shit? He was confident saying it. He was like, this some shit that you would think is like treason, right? And this motherfucker, he not in jail. He's still up and around Donald Trump. When he did get indicted, Donald Trump pardoned him. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. He said Roger Stone moved like he on the best meth available. The best meth, bro. The best meth. That nigga moved like he geeking. You know what I'm saying? And he probably is geeking. Again, with no accountability, man, you get bored. And like, I done been around rich people, man. Like, and them motherfuckers like, look, Roger Stone, he weird as he look. And a lot of these motherfuckers, man, they money, like, what you gonna do? Eat the fanciest cereal? What you gonna do? Breathe the fanciest air, take the fanciest shit? Like, it's going, the point I'm making lead to something that Donald Trump gonna say, which I don't even want to get to it yet, because it's what I think is the thing that proves that the man is clinically insane and what's really wrong with him. But I touched on it before. But back to what I'm saying, like, you can't do all that shit. It ain't like you gonna necessarily, your money is not gonna give you a better quality of nothing than nobody else got. It's just gonna give you a better brand quality. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like, I give you a perfect example. Shit, you could go get some fancy ass cheese, right? But what's the best cheese? That old school government cheese they used to give you. That shit was good as a motherfucker. It was real cheese, 100%. Tasted good, shredded good, melted down good. That was government cheese. That shit wasn't nothing fancy, but a motherfucker that spend $20-$30 on some fucking fancy ass cheese that come with some, that he eat wine with or something, he gonna swear that cheese is better. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you give him some government cheese and he taste it, shit, he gonna want a government cheese sandwich. But I'm gonna tell you what that rich person gonna try to do, because it's their nature. He gonna try to take government cheese and now mark that up and make that for him only. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna get into that more. Roger Stone is insane and shit, right? And dude, he do this crazy shit. He been doing this crazy shit for years. He been involved with Richard Nixon. He been involved with like every major political cabinet that had any type of scandal. This nigga Roger Stone was involved with that shit. This creepy lizard looking motherfucker, man. But let's keep on watching. Let's go.
The election. So the rudiments of the plot really to overturn the election were being discussed as early as the summer, months before.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this clip is actually from the day before President Trump commutes Roger Stone's sentence. And this planning, what this also shows is I think, the first small movements towards what became Stop the Steal in 2020. That we're here seeing.
Important it is to claim Trump's victory on election night. Watch this.
Let's just hope we're celebrating. I suspect I really do suspect it'll still be up in the air. But when that happens, the key thing to do is to claim victory. Possession is 9/10 of the law. No, we won. You. Sorry, over. We won. Yeah. You're wrong. You.
ABC. So what do you know about what can you tell us about the people he's talking to there?
So they had a plan from the beginning. He got it wrote at the bottom of the quote at the bottom of the screen. It say possession is 9/10 of the law. No, we won. Fuck you. Sorry. Over. We won. You're wrong. Fuck you. Like, that's what they was finna try to do. They was just finna try to gaslight half the fucking country. Like, nah, fuck y'all. We don't care about elections no more. Then what you think was gonna happen to the election after that? Nah, fuck y'all. We don't care about elections no more. Man, that's finna try and keep Donald Trump in power forever. And it sounds stupid, but this really what they was planning on doing. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, but think about all the other stuff they trying to do. Like, I don't even know if y'all know, but right now, y'all remember Toni Morrison, where we used to read like Toni Morrison books? I think she did like Beloved or something like that. Man, they pulled her books out of schools. They pulled Toni Morrison books out of schools. They pulled books about Martin Luther King out of schools. All that, like, come on, man. They was on their way. They was finna do a lot more than that. They take your history away, then they take your ass away. You know what I'm saying? That's what the hell was going on. All this old push for make America great again. Ask them, America great again, people. What's the era of America that was great that they want to go back to? Man, they gonna name some time where your ass was probably drinking out a bubbler designated blacks only or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, make America great again. Like, you know, but no, that's the psychology behind it, man. So you got these criminals just running around and shit, and that's why we got cities where we could have clean drinking water, like an actual first world functioning country, but we got criminals running it. So they too busy taking water and, taking money that could be used for shit, you know? And what the fuck is folks gonna do about that shit? All we could do is keep getting in their ass about it. Keep on letting them know that we know, like, man, we know what the hell going on with y'all and shit, man.
Yo, the fuck no. Come on, let's knock that shit out, man.
And just, you know, stay on their ass. And that brings me to this last thing. Oh, man. So, I don't know if y'all remember. I was pointing something out to y'all about the psychology behind conservatism or whatever. You know, you got people call themselves being conservative, and it ain't about conserving money, and it ain't about conserving religion and all that, because, you know, these folks will jump up and be intolerant of any fucking religion or just whatever. So it ain't about conserving freedoms. What it's about is conserving the social hierarchy. And one of the main facets of what they believe is that it ain't enough to go around for everybody. Somebody got to be on top and somebody got to be on the bottom, right? And that's just what they believe. And so in their mind, they have chosen us as black people to be on the bottom, right?
Come on, let's knock that shit out, man.
And along with capitalism, you got some upward mobility because you can rise up financially, but eventually it all boils back down to access, and they will deny you access. You know what I'm saying? Man, shout out to my boy Fresh, man. That's my brother right there. But you know what it boiled down to, where the capitalism stop is the access, right? And so with that being said, okay, how could I'm gonna try to explain this to y'all the best I can. So you remember what I was just telling y'all about, like, rich people, right? And how they'll get weird and shit because they got money, but after a while it's just normal to them. They know this thing that you don't know, how a way they think that you don't really think about them thinking that way, because really you hoping they don't think this way, but unfortunately a lot of them do think this way. And I've seen that shit with my own eyes, and I damn near experienced it with some of my friends that got money and shit, right? Like, the way they think is more, it's only more if somebody else got less. I'm gonna say that one more time. As scary as that shit seems, a lot of people that got more than you right now, they think that more only matter as long as somebody else got less than them. So while you think like, oh man, these motherfuckers straight, they got houses, they don't. That's normal because everybody around them has that. Everybody in their subdivision house got the same square feet. Everybody got a nice car. Everybody got a nice job. You know what I'm saying? The only thing a lot of them feel like make that matter is to know that it's people with less than them. As scary as that shit is. That's how a lot of them motherfuckers think. And Donald Trump definitely is a elitist. Definitely is a nationalist. You know what I'm saying? Definitely big racist, you know what I'm saying? Bigot, all that, right? And he said some of the most insane shit that let me know, like, man, this dude is psychotic, because it was along those same lines right there. But basically, let me see if I can find it. I think it was on the Young Turks. I'm gonna let y'all see it. Let me see. That's Lauryn Hill. Hey, how y'all like that Lauryn Hill documentary? For those of y'all that watched it, how y'all like that shit, man? I watched that shit like 2 or 3 times, man. That shit was good. Again, it's by FD Signifier. It's called It's Tough Loving Lauryn Hill. And man, it's good. Check it out. Check it out. Alright, hold on, let me see. I think it's this one right here with Joy, with Joy
Tonight
Reid.
on the readout.
Was calling one of the rioters while the riot was going on.
January 6th, absolutely.
The role as Trump's chief of staff of
Hold on, let me find this shit.
well before
Is how much of a connection Donald Trump had to the actual coordination.
Hold on, y'all, hold on.
Roger Stone was.
I'm gonna let y'all see what I'm looking at. Let's find this shit. Let's find it together. Oh yeah. Yeah, you gotta check it out, Fresh. Check out that Lauryn Hill documentary. It's called it's good, dog. It's called It's Tough Loving Lauryn Hill, but it got a nice little twist on it. Don't let the name fool you. Like, the name is what got me watching it, but don't let the name fool you though. It got some shit on there. I think it was fair and balanced, so it's probably this dude.
Trump biographer and editor of the Bloomberg opinion section, Tim O'Brien, said during a recent interview with MSNBC that he believes, based on what he knows about Donald Trump's financial status, that the twice impeached former president is probably going to have to sell off his properties in New York on what he calls a fire sale, because the guy simply doesn't have enough cash to handle the lawsuit that New York Attorney General Letitia James filed against him. Now, that, of course, according to O'Brien, only happens, right? Trump only has to sell off his properties if he loses that lawsuit, because, as O'Brien points out, Trump doesn't have the cash. You see, all of Trump's value, right, his net worth, is tied up in real estate. You know, he may be worth $10 billion as he claims, but that doesn't mean he has $10 billion. Saying that this guy's going to have to sell his properties, I think that's something that should be taken very seriously as a sign of how bad off Trump is financially. Sell them. They have to go. And he's going to have to sell them for way below market value. So Trump's going to lose money on the deal. But what is very interesting, of course, is the relationship between Donald Trump being rich but cash poor. And O'Brien and both Michael Cohen have explained it this way. Donald Trump lives off debt, right? He heavily mortgages the properties he owns in order to get money from the bank so that he can invest it in other properties and over.
Something that folks don't know about, you can have properties and you can technically be quote unquote rich, but you know, something about properties is you owe taxes on them properties annually. It's a lot of other expenses associated with properties and things that you might have to keep up on them that are not related to profit or equity that you might be earning from owning the property. So a property could put you in debt. You can own property and claim an overall net worth of X, Y, and Z, but you can be broke with some properties that you own. You know what I'm saying? Fresh say cash is king, and I guess I would say I agree with that 50% because it's not so much your cash, it's your liquidity. You want to have properties and things like that appreciate, but you want to have a lot of liquidity in those properties. When you have properties and all your value is in the property you own, but you cannot afford to pull a dollar out of those properties, and you ain't got no cash reserves, all your equity is tied back into paying off loans, and you can't pull a dollar no type of way out of your shit, you're fucked. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say you all the way fucked, but you are rich on paper, but you are cash broke. You are cash poor. And that's a lot. That's a lot. You know what I'm saying? Unless you finna, like he was starting to say, I was kind of skipping through the videos. But he was kind of starting to say that dude gonna have to start liquidating them properties. Yeah, Fresh said he ain't got nothing to liquidate. Let me see this comment. He said a lot of business people be one bad deal from it all falling apart. Facts. Or it already fell apart and they barely keeping it together by increasing their debt. Man, listen. Jason must be Fresh must be a fucking failed Wall Street mogul or something, because that's exactly what be going on. He hit it right on the head. More than anything, for real. A lot of people, man, bad deals. I mean, you got to think how much money Trump just lost, like $2 billion on Truth Social. That ain't go nowhere. The Truth Social offices is emptied out, and they went with an initial public offering of $16 billion until the SEC start looking into that valuation. Then it was like, did I say 16 billion? And you know, Letitia James already was on him for overvaluing this shit, so he couldn't pull that. It went from 16 billion down to 2 billion. That's a $14 billion difference in valuation, pimp. Like, man, it don't work like that. It do not fucking work like that, for those of y'all that don't know. But I'm not gonna go through too many different channels looking at it, so I'm gonna just tell y'all what he said. I played a video in the background and shit. Let me see if I could, because I think it was either on Fair and Balanced or it was on Joy Reid, but they was talking about Donald Trump ugly ass. Basically, I'm gonna tell y'all what he said. Let me see. I'm gonna see if they say something about it in here.
Has obviously
fund for his daughter's college volleyball team. He went.
All right, they on Brett Favre.
The state has not fixed it yet. So that is why
they talking about that water. They talking about the water crisis. See, they be watching my channel. They be watching my channel to get that jack. Okay? Nah, I'm just talking shit. But nah. So I'm gonna tell y'all what this fool said. This fool, Donald Trump, said, oh, so that just what I thought about what he said. Hey, E, that's my big brother. Hey, side note, fun fact. Did y'all hear that intro music? That's who did the intro music, my boy EB in the comment section. That's the super producer right there. Super rare producer to get a hold to, man. Finally got him to come out from the motherfucking Shaolin Temple, man, and get down with me on some production. So y'all already know what's going on and shit. Yeah, Brett Favre bogus as hell, man. He stole that money and folks ain't got no clean drinking water. Oh, but so let me show y'all this though. See, I think I could find it. But either way, I'ma just tell y'all while I look for it. So this fool, Donald Trump, you know how I told y'all a lot of rich people, they feel like even though they got a lot, they feel like more is only more if people got less. You know what I'm saying? If somebody got less. And that's the reason why a lot of them are comfortable with people that don't look like them or are not from where they're from, living certain ways, fucked up ways and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But this fool, Donald Trump, took that shit, that ideology a step further. And what's alarming about it is this ain't just a regular person with these type of crazy ass ideologies, right? This is somebody that's thinking about running for president, might still be the Republican front runner. And it's just a person that shit motherfuckers agree with the way he think. So check it out. This is what the man said, right? He said that a lot of experiences, not like how I said, a lot of rich people think more is only more if somebody else got less. He said a lot of just life experiences. Now think about this, like these are your fucking nerve endings. This is the quality of your own life, the shit that what you do with yourself, with your own self. This one of the most narcissistic, probably psychopathic things I ever heard. But he said a lot of your life experiences ain't worth having unless somebody else envy those experiences. I'ma say that shit one more time. The former president, Donald Trump, he said he feel that a lot of experiences in life in general ain't even worth even having unless somebody else is envious of them. What the fuck type of shit is that? Who would put somebody like that in charge of their company? Who would let somebody like that watch they fucking goldfish? Who would let somebody like that watch their kids? Now, who the fuck would let somebody like that run the country? So, with that right there, let me know. It explained a lot about why he got those secret ass documents and shit. Because it's like, Donald Trump, why is you taking? Well, really, I feel like I know why he was trying to take him. Somebody made a good ass point. The reason he took him and then he claimed after the fact he declassified him is because they only hold value if they are secret. Because if they declassify mean open to the public. He needed to get those documents in his possession while they were still secret, top secret documents. That lets you know everything he was trying to do with them right there. But they gave that man the benefit of the doubt, right? They was like, bring that shit back, bro. You can't have it, bring it back. And now I get the psychology behind why he kept that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's the thrill of, I need to do something that other people can't do. I'm inherently, the way I prove I'm better than people is by skirting every type of social norm. You know what I'm saying? They was saying that he was telling other motherfuckers shit like in foreign relation meetings and shit like that. They was talking about he was telling other leaders of other countries like he'll give them these people's country or those people's country. Man, you know how dangerous some shit like that is? We can't let no more psychopaths run our fucking country, man, for real. I don't give a fuck. And it's actually a Republican dude that I like. His name Adam Kinzinger and shit. Adam Kinzinger, he don't be playing no fucking games. You know what I'm saying? He ain't with none of that shit. He talk his shit and he sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up. So it ain't about Democrat, Republican. I really ain't even into politics like that. One thing I think that Donald Trump did show is like, look, right now, he not even a politician. He not involved. He not a senator. He not nothing. He not in the upper house, lower house. He not running for mayor. He not running for alderman. And he still runs a whole political party. He's still the front runner for presidential candidate for a whole political party. People that do got power chose to put their power behind him, a normal man, people with political power. So that just go to show you the political aspect of it, period, is just pageantry. I sound like Jesse Jackson. The political aspect, period, is pageantry. Nah, but keep up though, you know what I'm saying? Pageantry mean is just for show. You know, like when you go to a parade and you see banners and all that. So I'm saying the political aspect of making change is just in the sense just pageantry because they put their political power behind Donald Trump. Now I think if we had somebody we really, really supported and we felt like they was wise enough to make political decisions, like let's say somebody like Dave Chappelle, we could all put our money behind Dave Chappelle or something. You know what I'm saying? Like Donald Trump showed it could be done and it's bigger than politics. It's about what people really want done. You know what I'm saying? But a nigga that feel like ain't no life experience worth having unless people envy it, like, bro, that's insane. You know what I'm saying? Think about it, I'm just your guy and shit. And you like, man, what up, dog? What you finna do today? What's your plans, bro? What you finna? Man, I don't even know, man. I gotta find out what, you know what I'm saying? Everybody else don't. What everybody gonna hate on me for doing? That's what I want to do. Shit. That's the only thing that really make it worth it. Like, man, you smart as hell, bro. You should go to school. Nah, man, cause Don't nobody envy that, man. I ain't even gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's an insane way to think. You know what I'm saying? And if you think I'm fucking tripping, let me know. If y'all think, oh, that's kind of normal, man. I only want to do shit that people envy. Then let me know, man, because I think that's some narcissistic American Psycho type shit for real. I could be fucking tripping though at the same damn time. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm just old school or something like that. Hey. But nah, we coming right around to the 2 o'clock mark, to the 1 hour mark. Man, again, I appreciate everybody for checking in. Shout out to EB, man, my producer, man. Shout out to Fresh, my future moderator. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I whack him with the blue wrench, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mac Buddy Gaming, that's my homeboy. Oh, I'm gonna be on Mac Buddy live stream this weekend on Saturday, so look for me on there. I'll shoot y'all the link and shit. We gonna get into something. We gonna do like an open table talk discussion thing. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. That's gonna be dope. Shout out to Below the Belt Boxing Broadcast. Check them out on Facebook. Check them out on YouTube, covering the fights. And just, man, appreciate y'all for watching another day. You know, it's gonna always get greater and greater later, as long as I get that support from y'all. So if you didn't hit like on the video, please consider hitting the video with a like. And if you didn't subscribe yet, consider subscribing. If you enjoyed any of the content and want to share any of these topics with anybody or want them to tune in so y'all can have something to talk about, don't be afraid to share a link to my channel, MacWorld Media, on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram. Again, man, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Tuesday. Enjoy the rest of y'all Titty Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? And I will see y'all tomorrow, man. Same time. Later.